Hello, you're all welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and we don't have transits this week, so I figured why don't we do on an immediate guidance? And the cards that I pulled a few hours ago actually surprised me. This is a guidance for the upcoming week, which happens to be, let me give you the dates. Pretty terrible with dates. Hold on a second. So the week is from 31st of March up to 6th of April. And so this is the time frame that this guidance is going to be for. But beforehand, thank you so much for your concern, because I had to go live in Thursday, but Tuesday evening, a kidney crisis started, and actually this was the longest one I had. It ended Friday morning. It was out of this world. Actually, I had never experienced something like that. But yeah, I'm fine now, more or less. And so back to business. Hello, News Devon. And yeah, the cards that I drew a few hours ago, they are as follows. Now, the first one, that is a 7 of Wands, followed by the second card here of the 9 of Wands. And then the third card that I drew for the guidance of the week, that is a 5 of Wands. So these three cards, and like I have put as a label on the thumbnail, this week for all of us, now star sign by star sign, we're going to check for each one of the star signs, but what exactly, how it's going to manifest. But what is going to manifest according to these cards is that for each one of us, there is going to be a chance throughout the week to make a solid comeback. Obviously in places where either we are left behind or we are failing, or it's just there was denial. So this is going to be a week that comebacks are going to be super strong, and a couple of reasons. Actually, the reasons are three, but the primary reason is because somewhere along the way, somewhere throughout, as the week is running its course, right, there is going to be that moment in which we will happen to be in the perfect storm, or if you will, in the eye of the storm. What I mean is that we're going to happen to be talking with the right people at the right place, the right timing as well. And so at that perfect moment, we can make our move. Every single one of us, at least according to these cards again, is going to have that chance. And the chance is going to be strongest for people that doesn't have a pal, a significant other, someone to connect to, and so on and so forth. So for those of you guys who are lonely, and I'm not talking about that you're a hermit, but maybe you don't have a person to trust to, or you don't have a person to date with, and so on and so forth, and that part of your life is failing. Well, you can make a solid comeback this week, because somewhere along the week, the faith or the universe, whichever god you believe into, is gonna present you to a, I can't really say a perfect fit, but a it's not compromising one. It's a what is the word here? Suitable one. So you're gonna end up with a suitable fit. For example, to make a business, to go out dating, to have a good time, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be the strongest manifestation, but also this energy is going to manifest for everything, for any other field of one's life. You can make a solid comeback in your project, for example, or at your competition, all right, or with the finances, and it's just the possibilities are endless. So the first reason was because we are going to happen to find ourselves in the perfect storm. The second reason is because there is going to be a lot of things we can mitigate, a lot of aspects that we can play around with. So the situation definitely isn't ossified, it's not stiff, it's not cast in stone. And we can make certain alignments, we can make certain changes here and there. I do apologize for that. Certain changes, certain adaptations here and there, so we can make things much easier and much more comfortable for everyone. And the third reason, it is because I already said it, nothing is cast in stones, but this is where the Five of Wands really plays into. It is that there is always going to be turnarounds throughout the week. So if at any moment you think that things are beyond salvation, things are beyond salvaging them, right, you will be wrong, because exactly at that moment something is going to happen that is going to give you the chance to save yourself or to make a move toward success. Same thing though applies for the vice versa. When you think you have it in the bag, you have it in the bag. Don't drop your guard, because something may happen and you may lose control over the situation. It's just this energy of the Five of Wands goes both ways. Hello, Amelia. Thank you, Use the Bone. Thank you, Amelia. All right, guys. So that was the collective reading, and now there are going to be 12 readings, just like this one, one for each star sign. And as they are going to be general readings for the star signs, apply their foresight to your situation, okay? But very seldom they happen to be exactly tailored to your situation, because again, they are general readings for the star signs. But if you do want your own personal reading, where your own personal situations, goals or subjects, problems, whatever it is on your mind, you wish to be read for through my tarot, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below, and there on the very front page you're going to see a full list of my services and also their pricing. Now, other than that, if you do want to support the show, only thing you have to do is just subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment as well. Either of those actions is going to help me with the YouTube algorithm. And finally, if you do wish to support the show financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. And as I do believe that things has to go both ways, anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, personalized reading, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. Let me, girls, add you to the list. And at the end of the stream, like I said, you're going to have your personalized readings. All right. Okay. So, first star signs I'm going to read for, that's going to be Aries. And you can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph that is being displayed there. So I'm running down the ecliptic, therefore it's going to be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and so on and so forth. So first one goes Aries, and let me shuffle the cards and see what what you should know about your week. All right, first one, Nine of Cups, followed by Queen of Wands, and then we do have a Eight of Pentacles. These are the cards for you guys, and that's gonna be a week where things are gonna work out for you. Whatever expectations you do have about certain details for your project, details about your date, or details about, you know, I mean, your case, whatever. These details are going to be flawlessly manifested, flawlessly performed, flawlessly attended to, and it's, at least according to these cards, what you should know it is that you are off to a quite of a fulfilling ending, or quite of a fulfilling, how can I put it into words, manifestation. I would say it that way. You are off for a quite of a successful transition and as well success. And as these details work out for you, okay, you won't have to scramble. I don't know what word should I use here. We do have a parable in my country where you're pouring water from one bucket into another, okay, trying to compensate, but it's just, this is as that's just as much as you can work with, right? So you're not gonna have to do that anymore, figuratively speaking. All right, you will have all that you need, and even extra. You're going to have surplus of resources, and you're not going to have to scramble in any way. You're not going to have to beg. You're not going to have to manipulate, or kind of like walk on the edge, and so on and so forth. Just things are going to start becoming so easy for you. But the thing is that throughout that week, and what is advisable here, at least according to these cards for you Aries, is that you will have to show attitude. What I mean is that, or not attitude, I'm sorry, intent. You need to show intent. That is something you are going to work on, because otherwise, yeah, you still are going to have success, but it's going to be a very short-lived one. But should you show intent that that is something you're going to work on, and you work on it, for example, that is the chick that you're going to work on, or the guy that you're going to work on, all right, or the job that you're going to work on, you're barely scratching the surface with the success and with the fulfillment. Taco, my man, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you into the list, mate, and at the end of the stream you're going to have your personalized reading. 1 second. Right. Right. Going forward, next star sign, that is Taurus. Ten of Swords. The Lovers. Eight of Swords. Give me a second here to think carefully. It's a good one. Your comeback is very specific. Okay, that is like a what will turn out this week for you, Taurus, is a thing you thought you cannot do, or you're not allowed to do, or it's prohibited for you, it's gonna turn out that it isn't. So you're gonna have your hands unshackled or a limit lifted. And it does look like that you will stream into that direction, or you're gonna act in that direction. And just a quick example here, you may thought that there is no up for promotion at your work, okay, and you aren't considered. And this week you might very well find that you are actually considered, so that unties your hands and gives you a solid chance to make a claim. And that is important here. You will have to make a move, okay? Once you realize that this dude is free now, so you can make your move, or this apartment is for sale and you can make a move, or you know, your client is actually considering, you know, your proposal, you have to make a move. That is super important, and your move needs to be decisive, okay? So you have to show zero hesitance in it, and additionally to it, your move needs to be irreparable, in sense that there isn't going back from it. You are in it with both of your hands and feet as well. You are in this interaction, for example, or you are in it in these dates, or you are in that project, and you ain't leaving anytime soon. That is very important. And the thing is that this obstruction I'm talking about that is going to be lifted for you right now is causing you certain difficulties. It's inconvenient, the very least, on a daily basis, at your work, on a daily basis at your social, okay, or on a daily basis at home. And now when this restriction is lifted, you will not want to have those problems anymore, and consequently to it, you will just gonna feel harmonious with your day-to-day routine. Okay, so next, Gemini. Ten of Swords again. That for Gemini. Oh my god, Page of Wands. And we do have the World. Your comeback is actually, you know, my girlfriend is Gemini, and it's exactly what happened today, okay, for her. So what we have here is what you thought is lost, it will happen that it isn't, okay? It's just, it isn't, it's not over, okay? And I don't want to give the exact example that I witnessed today, but literally, let me give you that. You thought that you, for example, you may thought that you have lost a case, okay? Say you are a lawyer, and you may thought you lost the case, and it will happen that you actually have a ground for appeal, and it's a really good ground for appeal. Or maybe you may have an impression that you have lost a strong client, a very lucrative client, and throughout the week it will happen that you haven't actually, that client is considering placing up a purchase order, right? Now the thing is that though this continuation, okay, will be, or it will feel a bit strange, it's not going to be something you have expected, right? So it's very important that throughout this week you are open for any kind of opening, okay, and pounce on it, any new direction, or I don't know how to put it into words. I mean, oh my God, I'm excited here. Uh, any chance, even an unexpected one. Well, thank you, Taco. It's not a new one. I already announced it like a few times on live streams. But thank you. Okay, so that was Gemini. Next, it's Cancer. You're welcome, Vedic. That's really good one for Gemini. Four of Wands, Judgment, Ace of Pentacles. Hmm. Thank you, Taco. Hope your wife doesn't read that. All right, Cancer. Your comeback, maybe not something you. I mean, it's not gonna manifest maybe in a way that you're gonna like very much, because this week, at least according to these cards, it will happen that you are wasting your time with something. It's just you will realize that you're wasting your time with a something. But as you do realize that you are wasting your time, whether again with a client or whether with a friend, okay, or whether with some kind of a hobby or a plan for a business, whatever the case, uh, the light is gonna go off. What exactly you gotta do? Okay, what are the important details, or the important aspects rather that you have to attend to? And once you attend to these important aspects, the next level, you are literally gonna propel yourself into the next level. So you're gonna stop wasting time, you're gonna stop wasting your money, okay, you're gonna stop wasting your effort as well. This is where the comeback is gonna come for you. And whatever you're doing, yeah, you may not be doing it the most efficient way, but you're about to, because it's just the whole, how can I put it into words, guys? The whole picture is going to become clear to you, how exactly things must be done, and how exactly things must go from here on moving forward, and you're going to find yourself fully capable to do so. Leo. That's a bold claim, Taco. Uh, Four of Wands again. Knight of Cups, the Magician, Walk. Funny thing, mate. Yesterday I was on a pizzeria and I ordered burger pizza. I thought, what kind of an abomination is that? Whether it's a burger or it's a pizza, right? Well, what is that burger pizza? But anyway, out of curiosity, I ordered it, and it was delicious. So kind of a surprise of an abomination. All right, Leo. So your comeback is going to be dirty, at least according to these cards here. If you want to get the job done and to make that comeback, you will not going to like what you have to whether say or whether do. But the result is going to be outstanding. So as a result of this unpleasant doing or unpleasant work, whether you have to say something pleasant and uncomfortable, whether you have to do something like that, you are going to build up a personal sovereignty. You will make can I put a mark? You're going to make a really strong mark, and people are going to start respecting you and considering you as someone that should not be trifled with in any shape or form. Super strong case here for you to make someone to like you and to understand you and accept you for who you are and not try to change you in any way. Okay, but just because you will have to make something uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a difficult thing for you to do or a difficult thing for you to say. On the contrary, you are gonna find that you do have a knack for these things, a natural knack actually for these things. It is, Sako. Shame it was a season special, meaning that it's not gonna be there for a very long time in the menu. I mean, maybe if I eat it every day and they see that they people actually order it, they will keep it in the menu. All right, next, Virgo. King of Pentacles. The Sun. Then we do have Judgment. These three. So Virgo, your comeback is related to a person. Now this person could be female, it could be male. Tarot doesn't have a gender, these are archetypes. So this person is gonna go out of their way to make an investment in you. Doesn't have to be just only financial investment, it could be emotional investment, it could be time investment, and so on and so forth. They're gonna make an investment in you, and the reason is a bit complicated. Okay, they totally don't have to do it. I mean, they have another way how to accomplish their target or their goal, but with you or through you, it will be much more acceptable for them. And the good thing about all that is that everybody wins. Okay, they make an investment in you, through you they accomplish their goal, but the accomplishment of their goal uh, doesn't deprive you of anything, right? Their goal is completely separated from what you are trying to accomplish and what you are trying to make a comeback into, okay, to make a reversal into. So the whole process may look a bit suspicious. Okay, that person approaches you and tells you, for example, hey, I want to make an investment in your business, or I want to help you with that thing, all right? And why? What is in it for you? Well, even if they tell you, you won't understand because it's something completely different from what you're trying to do, right? So it will benefit you a lot if you enter in this collaboration, but something you need to be mindful about, it is that you and that person, you aren't friends. This is just a mutual benefit kind of connection, right? And when that benefit is over, you will just gonna have to split ways. So that is not your friend, it's not your lover. Okay, it's not your subsidizer, if you will. That is just someone who is chasing their interest, and through that chase that they have, that chase goes through you, and consequently you can chase your own interest as well. Okay, next will be Libra. Five of Cups, Ace of Swords, Four of Cups, so good thing about your week, Libra, is that you're not gonna have to do anything extra, because your comeback is pretty much cast in stone here, because the comeback is in your recent actions or recent choices that you have made that you may thought are wrong, because things are not turning out very well, at least at that point, or you are finding yourself being disappointed because, for example, you sold your house, or because, for example, you made a claim, or because, for example, I don't know, you broke up with your relationship. And this week, the circumstances that you are going to be witness to or being involved into are going to change your mind. You will see that you actually made the right choice, and thank God you made that choice or you made that move. So whatever you are disappointed of right now, or whatever loss you are experiencing, it's going to go away. That disappointment is going to go away. The loss will be nothing in comparison, in comparison of what you could have lose if you haven't made that choice, if you haven't made that step. So your comeback is pretty much you already cast it in stone, and the only thing you have to do is just wait for it to happen. Scorpio. Four of Wands, Four of Swords, the Fool. So I don't like to interpret health, but as you might know, I had a pretty serious crisis, health crisis for the uh, past few days, from Tuesday evening to Friday morning. I'm still recovering from it. And the elemental dignity of Four of Wands with Four of Swords, it reads if it is about health, full recovery. So that's something that I should know here, okay, within these cards. Now, other than that, for Scorpio, the comeback comes within new circumstances, okay, something that haven't been presented up until this point. Now think of it that way, okay, you competed for a some kind of a position at work and you lost, right? Someone else took it, the competition took it, and your comeback is that another position is going to be open that is better, okay, but the guy that was your competition, or the woman that was your competition, already is on another position, so they can't compete anymore for there, and the path is open for you entirely, right? So through losing recently, you have actually won. That is your comeback. The only thing that we will have to do is make a good negotiation, okay, that is something imperative here. The Four of Wands and the Four of Swords, the whole thing will require a negotiation, will require a profound conversations, like a super serious talks about the future. And as honest we are, and as serious we are, in a sense of that we shouldn't do chip chat or just talk for the shits and giggles, right? But rather we should go straight to the important points. And should we do that, then I think that we are gonna strike a really good deal for ourselves. And this is where the comeback comes from. Okay, Sagittarius. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 7 of Cups, now the elemental dignity of 5 of Pentacles and 7 of Cups has also a very precise meaning, and that is when you combat and defeat addiction, like for example smoking addiction, gambling addiction, alcohol addiction, and so on and so forth, successfully combating and as well defeating a addiction. Other than that, your comeback comes in your lifestyle, okay, the way you live your life, and it will turn out that you don't have to make a drastic measures in order to improve significantly your, for example, spending habits, your, for example, unhealthy diet, and so on and so forth, okay. The situation, at least according to these cards, isn't as dire as you may think, and again, it doesn't need to have a relinquishment at all in it, but instead it will, how can I put it into words, more like a kind of like be more objective about the way you're going forward with these lifestyles. For example, objective about how much money you can spend, or you know what kind of expenses you need and not need, and so on and so forth, because I don't know if I should give that as an example, okay? But I know a person whom it benefits both like 37 pairs of shoes. Who does that? And then screams, I'm kind of like tired of money. You bought 37 pairs of shoes with the COVID benefits. I mean, who does that? So, it's important to know how much resources you have and then kind of like allocate them properly. And that is what you're going to do in this week. Right, next, Capricorn. Four of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups. This is a backup plan that will become available, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a comeback for you, because at least according to these cards, things aren't going badly for you, at least for now. But that is going to be a week where you will be able to forge a comeback plan, or rather like a backup plan. I'm sorry. And this forge is not going to be just by yourself. So there are going to be other people involved in this procedure, right? So probably we're talking about work here, because I don't know, but what you should look forward to throughout this week is kind of cooperation and negotiations and conversations with with the people that you consider quite loyal, right? These are the people that are not going to lie to you. They're not going to take advantage of you, and they definitely not going to beguile you into doing things that are against your well-being. Lily, thank you for the $5. Thank you, Lily. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you are going to have a card showing your work prospects. Thank you. Thank you again, Lily. Right. So that was for Capricorn. At least cards do confirm that things are going okay for you. Another thing that is important for you to know as well is that this is going to be a week where a lot of your concerns or a lot of your plights are going to go away, you Capricorns. Like people that are bothering you are going to stop bothering you, okay? And stuff of that nature, they're going to go away just for the week. So don't think that you have resolved the problem, but what is going to be smart for you to do is to use the time that these problems are not on top of you to find a solution for them. And once they come back, then you initiate these solutions. Okay. Next, oops, that will be Aquarius. The Hierophant, the Devil, King of Wands, um, how do I deliver this? Well, that is a week where we, the Aquarius, are gonna satisfy our needs. Okay, we're gonna satisfy our needs, but this time for a change, this will not gonna bother anybody. Okay, and it's not gonna make anybody else uncomfortable or provoke jealousy as well. Because let's face it, guys, this is a common trend in our society. Whenever someone is fulfilled and is satisfied and is satisfying themselves with their job, for example, or with I don't know, with their love life and so on and so forth, other people get jealous because they want the same thing. But this time around, that's not going to be the case. And I don't know how exactly, but actually the opposite is what's going to happen. We will be the people that are going to build up a lot of trust. Okay, a lot of trust in our colleagues, a lot of trust uh, in our bosses, if you will, a lot of trust in our friends, and reliability as well, which is going to give us power. So we can use that power to satisfy our needs, to sway things around, to sway opinions, okay, to sway presence, and it's just to sway that direction in one or another way. And the whole satisfactory movement, I don't know how to put it in words here, is going to be in a framework, meaning that we're not going to cross any lines whatsoever. And whenever someone tries to chastise us for it, or even think to chastise us for it, the first thing that is going to come to their mind is they would have done exactly the same thing. Okay, they just going to do exactly the same thing. So nobody is going to have a ground to chastise us for anything, and we will end up being very satisfied in that week. Okay, and last but not least, Pisces. Five of Wands, 10 of Wands, Seven of Cups. All right, Pisces, there are going to be a lot of responsibilities that will be offered. Okay, you're not going to be obliged to take any of it, but they are going to be offered to you, and these responsibilities are going to carry on rewards, so you can make comeback everywhere by taking on responsibilities. For example, make a comeback in your relationship and improve it by taking on responsibilities in your relationship or at work, and so on and so forth. One caveat is that these responsibilities, they will be very strict, right? So once you, for example, take on the responsibility to take the kids from school, buy them vanilla ice cream, take them on a cinema to watch, I don't know, Snow White, and bring them back, this is exactly what you have to do to the letter. Otherwise, in the eyes of the universe, in the eyes of the universe, the responsibility will be considered unfulfilled and the reward will be denied. So you have to be very objective for yourself, what you can handle and what you cannot. And when, like I said, wherever you decide to take on a responsibility, like responsibility toward a new client, for example, or toward a friend, massive improvements, a turnarounds, literally turnarounds for you. Okay, guys. So that was these were the readings for the star signs. I hope you liked them. I hope you enjoyed them. Now, a minute to catch up my breath. Yeah, I'm going to do the super chat. So anyone who supported the stream financially through super chat or through PayPal, you guys are going to have a reading right about now. Hey, Mattia, welcome to the stream. Mattia, thank you for the 20. Let me put you into the list, and you're going to have your reading any moment now. I'm just starting. All right, Yasmin. Let's see what kind of a cards you have. Yeah, okay. These are your cards. You gotta be very careful at work. Okay, very, very careful at work, because there's going to be a deception there. Whether in something written, it could be an offer, or it could be a document, could be an invitation, but there is going to be a deception or misinterpretation in that thing, which is going to blur seriously, the true state of the situation. And I don't think that this is specifically directed to you, but just someone haven't done their job, right? It's just someone haven't done their job. Someone haven't wrote the contract properly, or someone haven't wrote the amendment properly, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be the most important thing for you throughout the week, and it's going to be very, very important that you do read in between the lines. But even if you miss it, okay, I'll call it that way, okay, but don't take my words too literally here. The damage that this fallacy is gonna cause is not irreparable, so you can definitely reprimand it further down the line and reverse, the damages, or the ill doing, so to speak. However, it's going to be very difficult to be caught. All right, very difficult to be caught. Even, more than one person is going to be swayed with that thing. I think that something is going to be missing, either in the contract or in the invitation or in the proposal, something like that. Okay, so you need to be vigilant this week. Okay, next, that will be Taco. So let's see what you need to know, mate. These are your cards, Taco. So this is a real estate authority, moreover, for example, government. Okay, mice, they could be multiplying, they could be counted as a multiplying or as a problems. So whether this event, it is a problem with the government regarding real estate, or a acquiring or multiplying real estate with the government, or kind of like filing for it with the government. Let's check on the tarot cards and see what they're gonna say. Those are cards. I think that it is the latter rather than the former, meaning multiplying. This is these two, they are pointing to fulfilling partnership, fulfilling cooperation in that regard. Okay. And with the death card being next to it, it means that the bullshits are going to be cleared out. Now, authority, you may consider as well, I don't know, family, but it's a long stretch here. So I will be very, very curious what this is going to be. If you can keep me posted for that week about you, mate. Yeah. So, long story short, you're gonna enter in partnership that will be its purpose is going to be to multiply real estate or a property for you. It could be an immigration authority. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be any kind of authority. Could be an immigration authority. Yes. Now that you are mentioning it here, uh, the house of Lenormand could also be counted as a domain. It's very rare, but it could be counted as domain. So getting on to another domain. Yeah. So I'll be very curious how things are going to turn out for you, mate. Okay, next, Mattia. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Oops. Oh, oh, a second. What the hell? Linda, thank you for the $12. 13 actually. $13.16. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Let me put you into the list for a personal message. For a second. Yeah, it's good news. Definitely. Mattia, those are cards for you. So what you need to know is that you will receive an offer from a woman, okay, that week. I don't know what that offer is going to be about, but this is going to be the final offer, okay? Or it could be as well an invitation. And this is going to be the final, either offer or an invitation, or the final revision as well, because it could be, for example, a contract, right? Something written or a document, and this is going to be the final version of it or the final attempt for it, and so on and so forth. And at least according to tarot, it's highly advisable for you to accept it. Highly, highly advisable for you to accept it. So that is what you need to know. You will not gonna feel good about it, okay? Like, it will feel not exactly risky, but it's kind of off. It's gonna feel off, but the cards are speaking that you can't lose with it, and it's highly advisable for you to take it. Whether you're gonna take it or not, entirely up for you to decide. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. It could be for anything. It could be because I know you have siblings. It could be a final invitation from your siblings, or it could be it's gonna be from a woman. That's what I know. Okay. It could be a client, but it will be in a written form. It's not gonna be a spoken over, but in a written form. Okay, Linda, personal message. Text messages, it's very unlikely. Either email or paper. Those are the cards for you, Linda. You're welcome, Mattia. Your personal message, Linda, is that you can be more rewarded elsewhere. And the thing is that we are talking about a field of your life that you are content with right now, right? For example, if you are content with your job, you're happy with it, you can be more rewarded at a different place. That is just for an example. That is your personal message. And I was thinking how to deliver that, because I don't want to sound like you're how can I put it in words here, like you're wasting your efforts or wasting your time and so on and so forth. You are not wasting your efforts, you're not wasting your time. It's just you can squeeze a little bit more for it elsewhere. or recognized, if you will, appreciate it as well. Okay. News Devon. Let's see what you need to know. The hell? Yes. Well, actually, not necessarily. For example, if it is about hobby, another hobby could be more rewarding. In generally, we're talking about here for you, Linda, with a process. So yeah, if it is about job, of course, it speaks about another job. But for example, it could speak about a date. That yeah, with this date things are getting better and you are appreciated, but someone can appreciate you more that it is already around you. So we're not talking about physically moving in this case, or hobby as well. So think carefully what you are content with, but from elsewhere you are getting can I put it into words? Let's put it that way, better offers, better recognition. All right, News Devon, those are your cards. What you need to know is that you have closed up to a certain extent, not entirely, but to a certain extent, your heart. And you are making it very difficult someone to reach out. Okay? It's not like you don't have, let's put it that way, suitors around you. It's just they don't know how to break the barrier. There are limits you have set which no one can pass over. So it's about time that you revise and take off some of those limits. That is your message. That is what you need to know. And last but not least, Lily. Let's see about work prospects. The Tower. Feel free to believe or disbelieve what I am about to say, but according to the Tower card, your work prospects will open up when you give up on the career you're chasing. Thank you, Linda. The Tower card shows that what you're trying to build right now, it has to be rebuilt. It's not gonna work that way. So either you are looking for the wrong job, or you're looking for the job the wrong way. Think on it. Lily, yeah, the Tower card is rough to go through, but after that, life becomes better. It becomes bigger, right? So just because, for example, right now you want to be, I don't know, let's say right now you want to be an accountant and no one wants to take you in, it doesn't mean that as an analyst, financial analyst, you won't be better, right? So it's important when you have the Tower card to consider your options. I mean, the full range of your options, not what you only want, but what you are capable of. Very important. And then the job prospects are going to open up for you. So that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as well, thank you so much for your generosity. And hopefully we're going to see each other Thursday. I will be fit to have another stream. Thursday, I think we do have a full moon here. Let me check really quick. So it's on 12th of April. When it's Thursday? Thursday is 3rd. So nothing. Actually, we do have Mercury direct. So yeah, Thursday, Mercury direct is going to be the topic of the live stream. And yeah, until then, bye.